All right, I'm back with another review. This is for The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 6, Episode 15. We are still in Mexico, baby. Gay Pride. Adriana performs, singing that hot, hot fire, hot, hot fire. I love that song. It's a cute song. Anyway, again, this season is giving. So we pick up right where we left off. We're on the gondola. The energy is whack. Lisa and Kiki have gotten into their little tiff. Lisa is so out of touch with just humanity and people in general. Um, I think she didn't understand how she upset Kiki, but it is what it is. We get into that later on in the episode. So they had rode past this house that had all these dolls on it, and it was like really upsetting. It was actually very creepy. And then the gondolier explained that the man that lived there had watched a child drown in the river, felt horrible, and thought to soothe the child's ghost that he would hang up, baby dolls. Okay. Eventually, he hung up so many that the locals thought that he was going crazy. And it looked crazy. It looked scary. It looked very creepy. They end up having to pull over because Adriana had to use the bathroom. She was like, I don't care. I'm going to have to wade my way through this. Her and Marisol. They get there, use the bathroom, and they're talking to one of the guys, which I'm going to call it Doll Island. And he says, yeah, because they said they could smell the evil there. But the guy said, yeah, a lot of people come here to do witchcraft, which I'd have been like, that's my exit. Check, please. So anyway, they get back to the hotel and they're kind of recapping what happened on the boat. Kiki is still feeling some type of way, but she's mature about it. Lisa, on the other hand, keeps making little like snooty comments like, oh, are you going to fight me and all this shit? So next scene, they go to Mexico's Gay Pride. Adriana performs. She does an amazing job, but there's still the little bit of shade being thrown between Lisa and Kiki. After that, they are hanging out at the hotel, about to go to dinner. And Julia, who is not a good bone collector, Julia, please don't ever try to bone collect ever again. She overhears Kiki and Larsa talking about Lisa. And Kiki's like, I think what she doesn't realize why it bothered me when she was throwing the food at those dogs and saying this is the best, this is better than the food that they have, is, Kiki's from Haiti, grew up in Haiti, grew up in poverty, grew up in those type of tin hut houses. And, she grew up very poor. And so, Kiki felt some type of way. She felt like she just, she was like, it's just Lisa's very out of touch. And Lisa is very out of touch, which is crazy to me because you grew up without money. You didn't get money until you married Lenny. And the more we watch her this season, Lisa's become so unhinged and just so not focused on the correct shit. I hope that I finally learned her boyfriend's name. His name is Jody. I hope that she keeps him because he seems like a good dude. And to put up with that and hearing about your ex-husband consistently is annoying. So anyway, Julia overhears them, goes outside and basically brings the bone back to the girls. Lisa's there and she's like, yeah, they were talking about you, blah, 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 blah. So then, of course, Lisa confronts Kiki. And Kiki tells her, I was offended by you making that comment about the dogs and this is the best food they'll ever have. And, they cut to Kiki's confessional and she's like, people like Lisa and these other women, they grew up with money and they think just because someone doesn't live in a big house like they do or have a bunch of money like they do, they're not happy. And she's like, that's not the case. She was absolutely right about that. I think people equate money with happiness and it's not the case. I think money will help you be a little happier if you have it because you can get the things that you weren't able to get. But is it the root to happiness? No. And if someone says that it is, they're lying. So I think they cleared that up, sort of. I'm sorry, my arm is getting tired from holding this button down. But I have a feeling we're going to be definitely revisiting this conversation at the reunion. Because just from what I've read off the blogs and different comments, Lisa has definitely rubbed people the wrong way with just her image, her whole attitude. I hope that she learned something from this marriage to Lenny, and I hope that she's able to pick herself up. Sidebar, Kiki is the prettiest woman to ever grace the Real Housewives screen. She is absolutely stunningly beautiful in her wigs with her natural hair. That lady's gorgeous. She said some other shit too to Lisa. She was like, I'm sorry that you're going through a divorce. I mean, everybody here has gone through it. You still have help. I have 2 kids. I have no man helping me. I didn't know she had 2 kids. But she's right. What's funny too is Kiki was like, I don't sit around and talk about my problems all the time. Lisa complains every 5 minutes about something. I also forgot to mention that after the gondola ride, the ladies were crying. Julia was really bothered by the whole dollhouse thing because of what happened to her son. And then I guess by proxy, Gertie started crying too. And then Gertie ended up having to go to the hospital. She was throwing up. Turns out she was severely dehydrated. But she did say when they first got to Mexico that she was going to be turning up every day. She did say she was going to be turning up because as soon as she gets back to Miami, she's going to be doing chemo and won't be able to drink. So it seems like with the high altitude, the heat, and the alcohol and not drinking enough water, she got herself dehydrated. But she ended up being okay, got her together. She was great the next day, had a ball at the performance. I kind of went out of sequence with this review. Great episode, a lot of fun. I can't wait for this reunion. This reunion is going to be big. It's going to be a big reunion. These ladies have some of my favorite fashions out of all of the Real Housewives. It even inspired me a little bit. I put on my little pink dress. It got a little warmer today here in Maryland. So I was like, let me put on a little spring dress, even though it's still winter. Anyway, all in all, great episode. If I had to grade it, I would give it a B. Till next week.